made a trip up to Lake City, Michigan, which is quite a ways up north, okay? And I've scored this frame when I paid, I ain't gonna tell you what I paid for it, but not that much, to be honest with you. And like looking at it, it's got some dirt in there, a little bit of rust, but I'm not even sure where that's coming from. But anyways, we'll get that all cleaned out. And oh, there's a nutsert. That might be something on the pan here, but it's an aftermarket pan. I'm gonna have to probably get some bolts for it. I still want to gap it like what axle deep is right now. Mainly got this for axle deep, but I'm reaching in here to where this frame, these frames typically rust in this section right here. These will rust off. It'll start rotting from the inside out, but when I feel in here, like I am feeling bare metal and some surface rust, and that's pretty cool. A little bit of rust in some areas, but for the most part, guys, this thing is like it rolled off the factory floor, just like this. So the only thing, the guy already treated it and everything. I'll probably clean it off and scrutinize anything that he's done. He might have done it correct and good, but I'm going to, one thing he didn't do is the inner frame, the treatment. Like Eastwood has an I forget what it's called, an inner frame. It's kind of the stuff that I used for the windshield on Axle Deep. So I'm going to go through each of these little itty bitty holes, spraying this stuff, filling it, and so that way it never rusts from the inside, or it'll take forever. But we do got to get all these flakes and stuff out of it. It's a little bit of flakes. Oh, there's a drill bit. Somebody broke a drill bit in there. So I'm not sure where all this rust is coming from, because I'm feeling around and I feel nothing in the pieces here. So, but like I feel nothing. The only problem with this frame is they broke the bolts off right here. Do something different for that, because the shocks, the rear shocks connect right here, so we'll just have to have a bolt and nut there. Proper way to do it is to weld a nut in place, and hope maybe I'll learn welding by the time I get to this. So that's going to be coming soon. I'm going to be doing what I can. But worst comes to worst, I can just JB weld it and hopefully it stays in place. The only time that's going to be an issue is when it comes time to change the shocks, which I'm putting brand new ones on it, so they should last a very long time, unless I weld it, the nut on, and then treat it and all that. So it's weird that these rusted and broke off, and the rest of the frame is priceless, or spotless. Yeah, and I'm getting similar stuff on this side. But you reach in here and I'm feeling like bare metal, and that's unusual. Like even if I go to the bottom of all this, so looks like there is some flaking rust, but I'm not sure, like I said, where that's coming from. See, there's a big chunk. Where's that coming from? Because where it typically starts rusting on this frame, there ain't nothing at all. but I'm still happy with this. This is in actually better shape than the West Virginia frame that we got over there. Speaking of, if y'all want to buy that, it's in very good condition. Unfortunately, it's a right-hand drive. I needed a left-hand drive. This is a left-hand drive. I'm still looking for, as I've mentioned in other videos, probably the 97 to 02 frame. But I'm playing with the idea of switching over. But anyways, I'll get into that later. But it came with this rough country plate to replace the factory one, so I thought that was pretty cool. And we're gonna have to look into it, because I see bolts that came off of it, so it's missing its hardware. And then we need, I just noticed this little plate right here is missing its bolts, but this I know works, so we'll just match it. Might be 5/16 probably. And then actually, these are all the bolts, so these probably are what came with it right here. No, but I'm happy with this find. So much so I went 4 hours north to get it, and by the time I got back it was late at night. Plopped it in here to keep it out of the weather. This thing, oh, the story behind this. Okay, so the story behind this that I was given, because I was wondering, its condition was like excellent, right? Like the typical rust spots aren't rusting. So I inquired about that. Like, you know, I'd expect to go down south to find something like this, but not up north 4 hours. And the guy said he's not sure where they got the Jeep, but they bought it and they tore it all apart, and the idea of upgrading it, and then they never finished the project, and that's where this frame came from. So it sucks and heartbreaking that they tore down a perfectly good Jeep, but on the other hand, I'm putting this to good use and keeping Axle Deep on the road. This frame has been stored inside, so that's why there's dust on it. So it's been in a shop taking up space, so the guy decided to go ahead and get rid of it, and thankfully I think I can make it work.